and welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. Today we're going to be doing a collective reading, but for those of you who are new to my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I post new videos every single day. If you're looking for short daily tarot readings, check out my Instagram, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, or TikTok, Inner Circle Guidance. And if you're looking for personal services or personal readings, I offer them through my website, innercircleguidance.com. So let's find out what you need to know today. All right, we have Justice, we have the Three of Cups, we have the Nine of Swords, we have the Three of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, interesting. And we have the Five of Pentacles here on the bottom of the deck. Okay, this is interesting. Interesting energy. Not where I thought the reading was going to go today, to be honest. Okay, so it seems like a lot of you are dealing with endings. Now, even if they aren't endings that happen literally just now, you're dealing with the fallout of some sort of ending or endings. And what I'm seeing here is that recently, and when I say recently, I mean in the last several months, I would say starting around October, because October was when a lot of endings ended up happening, a lot of new beginnings, and all of that energy sort of started. So for a lot of you, this could have started around October. But I'm seeing that there were endings of some sort, either you having to walk away from somebody or somebody walking away from you or somebody's. I'm seeing that you were left heartbroken and disappointed, betrayed, and through these situations. And what I'm seeing now is that justice is coming and the wheel is turning from those situations. And the wheel had been set in motion for a while now. But I'm seeing that you're starting to finally see the justice of the situation. And for some of you, this may have been a huge blessing in disguise, and you're finally realizing that and being able to celebrate it. And you had a large support system. Well, maybe large isn't the right word. More of like a steady support system through either friends or family, or you really supported yourself through this situation. And I'm seeing that this whole situation that happened, these endings, originally caused you a lot of stress. You weren't sleeping well. You were in a very negative and sad frame of mind. But you finally have learned to heal from this situation. But I'm also hearing that with this ending, there was a feeling like something wasn't done and wasn't totally completed, or like there wasn't a certain amount of closure. And what I'm hearing here with this is that you need to learn to be okay with things being left unfinished. And I know that is a tough pill to swallow, but that is the message that I'm getting for you, is that you need to learn to be comfortable with things being left unfinished. So if you felt like you never got an apology, or you never got the conversation that gave you closure, or there was some part of these endings that felt like there was something unfinished with them, you're being asked to learn how to finish them yourself, how to find closure on your own. Okay, so let's get some more cards here. I just saw the Sun, which has to do with inner child healing. And I just saw the 10 of Cups and the Sun again. So you're definitely being asked to continue with your healing, continue on that path. Look at wounds, childhood wounds that maybe still need some healing, because that's where maybe some of these things lie. And the reason why the universe is asking you to learn to be okay with things being left unfinished is because it wants you to be the person that you need for yourself. It's a very important lesson, because being the person that you need for yourself is the thing that's going to allow you to strengthen your manifestation, to strengthen your relationship with spirit and the spiritual realm, to live a more abundant life, and to learn not to find or seek validation outside of yourself. And that is one of the hardest lessons to learn, because it requires a large amount of strength and oftentimes requires a lot of alone time. Okay? I just saw the Sun again. Man, I feel like there must be some other message here that's going to go along with that when we pull these next group of cards, because for me to see it 3 times, I mean, the universe is literally hitting me over the head with it. All right. 2 of Pentacles. We have the Magician. We have the King of Swords. We have the Hierophant. And we have the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. So what I'm seeing is learning to walk away from situations that are left unfinished is unlocking a lot of your manifestation power. And so it's funny because over the last several weeks, I've gotten a lot of readings about like side quests. And side quests can look like a bunch of different things. It can look like going off and investigating a situation, even though your intuition is already telling you what the answer is, going out and continuing to seek continuous validation towards that and wasting a lot of time and energy. It can look like some sort of situation coming and seeming suspect, and you spending all your time worrying about that situation instead of focusing on your goals. Really, a side quest is anything that takes you off of your main course. And that's been a theme over the last several weeks in a lot of the readings that I've been getting. And it's funny because I think I actually might have posted that, literally like skip the side quest reading on Instagram and stuff. I think that was like either this week or last week. So that being said, the reason why I say you need to be comfortable with leaving things unfinished is because some of those are side quests that are not actually going to like do anything other than deter you from your main goals. And so what you are learning though is which side quests between this 2 of Pentacles and the King of Swords, which of those side quests are actually important that could actually benefit you in some way, and which are just a total waste of energy and a waste of time. And I'm getting that you've learned that because of the situation of these endings that had happened more recently. You're realizing that sometimes there isn't closure. Sometimes the right thing's never said. Sometimes the right thing is said and it doesn't make you feel any different about it. So finding healing is really your responsibility, not anybody else's. And what I mean by that too is if you're seeking to get an apology from someone or get closure from someone, that is still a level of looking and seeking for validation outside of yourself. And like I said, it's a tough pill to swallow. But learning that lesson is what's going to open up your energy, your time, and your manifestation towards the things that are more important in your life. And so you really have learned how to draw boundaries. And I feel like last year might have been a huge lesson towards that, of how to set different boundaries and what different boundaries look like, what healthy boundaries look like, how to maintain them. Okay, it's sometimes very easy to set that boundary, but maintaining it can be really difficult sometimes. And so I feel like last year, that was a huge portion of what your lesson was in your spiritual awakening. And now you've stepped into this different energy, and it's allowing you to think differently about your future. It's allowing you to have different values. It's allowing you to put your energy in different places and realizing that you have the power here to determine what your life is going to look like. So if you spend all this time worrying about closure and trying to get apologies from people and trying to get that validation, you're going to spend a lot of energy and a lot of time, a lot of manifestation towards that, when you could give that to yourself and move on to bigger and better things instead of getting stuck in those cycles. Now, I'm not saying that you should never have an apology or anything like that. Don't put words in my mouth here. But I am saying that learning to figure out what side quests you should actually put your energy and time to, and what is a waste of time, is going to benefit you in the long run. For example, if you were in a relationship with a narcissist and you left that relationship, looking for an apology from a narcissist is very unlikely. They would have to do an extreme amount of growth to come out of that type of energy. And most narcissists don't choose that, because that requires a level of self-awareness and a self-responsibility that a narcissist doesn't want to take. So that being said, if you're spending all this time trying to get this person to apologize or trying to point out all the things they did wrong so that they'll apologize, you're wasting your time and you're wasting your energy on negative situations that are not going to benefit you. That energy is not going to come back around to you in any kind of positive way. So that's just an example. I'm not saying that you're in a relationship or have been in a relationship with a narcissist. That's just an example. So don't come at me. But you're learning that lesson, and it's taking you to a very different place. It's allowing you to open up to a different group of people and find your inner circle. And inner circles are so incredibly important, because your inner circle is a group of people that you can trust with anything. And that doesn't mean you don't still, protect your energy and make your own decisions. But it means that you have a steady and trustworthy and reciprocal inner circle that's going to give you that support that you need when you need it. Okay? And it's going to allow you to open up to new situations, to put your energy into more team-oriented areas of your life in a healthy and positive way with healthy and positive boundaries. Okay? I'm going to take 3 more cards. Any final guidance that you may need to know? Any final guidance here? I just got a very interesting message. I got that you are the writer of the ending of the story. So that may mean something for you specifically that maybe I'm not getting from that, or that could just be a literal thing of you are the writer of the ending of the story, meaning that if you're not getting the ending that you're looking for, there's a way for you to rewrite it, or a way for you to get that closure, like I kind of have been saying through this reading, without having to seek validation from somebody else. Honestly, too, I just saw the sun again. Okay, so I feel like what I was about to say is why the sun appeared again, and I saw it. Wow. I literally can't even fake that, you guys. Look. The sun is literally on the bottom of the deck. Okay, I'm going to stop here, because clearly what I was going to say is like a huge point that the universe is wanting me to make here. The sun is really about healing inner wounds, healing your inner child. And so with the whole idea of you being the writer of your own story and you having the ability to write your endings. The thing that I was going to say is that forgiveness is a huge part of that. And you don't forgive other people because what they did was okay. That's not the point of forgiveness. Forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is for you so that you can have that closure if they didn't provide it to you. And maybe that's even the wrong wording, because providing it to you is, again, validation, like seeking validation. So if there wasn't a mutual conclusion to the ending, okay, forgiving somebody allows you to take your power back, because what it does is it says, okay, I accept the situation for what it is, and I'm not going to let it rule me anymore. That's what forgiveness is. And so I think the reason why the sun literally I kept seeing it is because I didn't make that point yet. And that's a huge part of the situation and a huge key to how you write your own ending to the story. You find your own way to move forward. You find your own way for forgiveness, whether that's forgiving yourself or forgiving another person or both. Sometimes it's both. But that's a huge part of this learning process. And so if you have a hard time of letting go of things or forgiving yourself for things or forgiving other people, you're being asked in this reading to really focus on that. What is something that you have not forgiven yourself for, forgiven another person for, that is still holding you back? Because it's preventing you from manifesting everything that you desire. Because what happens is the energy starts going in one direction and then it gets whipped backwards. And it starts going, it's like a yo-yo. It's like, wachoo, wachoo. That was a really weird sound effect. Anyways, you get the point. And so that being said, you need to work on your forgiveness. One way of doing that is journaling. Okay, get to the root of the problem, the thing that really bothers you the most, and then release it. And if you're really struggling with forgiving yourself, you need to understand that the person that you were back when all this happened dealt with the situation in the best way that they knew how at the time with the situation they were given. And you are not that same person. Even if you haven't totally forgiven yourself for a situation, you're still not that same person as you were back when it happened. So you're being asked to release those things because they're no longer serving you. And I know I said I was going to take more cards, but honestly, I'm not going to, because I feel like the universe was so intent on me giving you that particular piece of guidance that I'm going to leave the reading here, because I feel like if I give you anything else, it's just going to be redundant at this point. Okay. So if this reading resonated with you, I have a couple affirmations for you. The first one is the sun will come out. And the reason I say that is because we have the sun here, and the sun shines and heals all that needs healed, okay? And actually being out in the sun, literally, is a form of healing. That energy helps cleanse and heal you, okay? And so the sun will come out also is a good indication that things are going to get better, okay? Nothing ever stays the same forever. The wheel has to turn back in your favor. So if you've been feeling down about the situation, or if you've been feeling down in general, things are going to get better. Okay, the sun is going to come out. If you're struggling with forgiving yourself, I want your affirmation to be, I forgive myself for dealing with the situation in the best way I knew how at the time. Okay, and then, excuse me. And then you need to forgive yourself for whatever it is that you actually need to forgive yourself for. So I would create your own affirmation for that. If you're more struggling with things not ending the way that you want them to, then I would say that your affirmation needs to be, I am the writer of my own endings. Okay, so there's some affirmations for you. If you have some other ones, I would love to hear your own affirmations. I also think it's really helpful when people put those things in the comments, because it helps other people who are reading through the comments to come up with affirmations that maybe they didn't think of. And so it's a great way to kind of pay it back to other people, help other people elevate and evolve, and have more chances to awaken in their spirituality. And so, yeah, this is your reading. Thank you so much for stepping into my circle. And as always, may your life be full of light, full of love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.